If it is or if it ain't, it's going to come out.
Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you are listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is March the 30th, 2022, and today the topic is Wait a While. I hope that you all had a good day yesterday. Mine was just fine. Had a couple of awesome conversations with the same lady, but the interesting thing was I was on her platform, and then we went ahead and recorded an episode of GSL yesterday as well. So, yeah, so to God be the glory for that. I mean, it was awesome conversation. Her name is Jennifer. Sorry, names is blended in my mind right now, but anyway, yeah. So be on the lookout for that conversation and everything like that. And when I'm featured on her platform, I will let you all know that as well. Also, yesterday I ended up going in my group. So those of y'all that watch me live might see that my wine tasting journal is right here. Yeah, I went live in my group to share one of my wines, at miracleofwine.com, one of my hustles from home and everything like that. And so that is why that is there. But speaking of, shout out, miracleofwine.com is going to be featured at an event tonight in Colorado because our friends over at TTC Boutique will be doing a launch party tonight. And so, yeah, we sponsored the event. And so we sent some wine and everything like that. I might even be joining virtually with them. You know, I definitely, like, if I could be there, I would love to celebrate with her, Michaela, and everything like that. But yeah, so, but in my absence, the wine will be there. And then also, like I said, I might be there virtually as well. So looking forward to that this evening and everything like that. But y'all didn't come to hear me talk about, what I got going on. Y'all came to hear me talk about the juice. Side note to my live listeners, y'all. Unfortunately, when I was doing this whole situation with the showing y'all links and whatnot, I made my screen huge, and so I can't see. So hopefully everything is looking well on y'all's end, because on my end everything is super large. So my apologies for that. I don't know, I might work on that while I talk to y'all. But anyway, so yeah, let's get into the juice this morning. So where did this come from in regards to wait a while? Well, long story short, I did the prayer meditation this morning with the Soul Space app. And while I was doing that, I was a little distracted. I'm not going to lie, a little bit distracted. And so, there's a lot of things I thought about, a lot of things on my mind this morning. But I guess overall, one of the things, I guess, yeah, without getting into anything in particular. So basically, I was thinking about a lot of different things. Okay, fine, I'll confess. So one of the things that I was thinking about is I ended up watching um, the interview that I did with Anointed Touch Health, Fitness, and Beauty, and I noticed that it has quite a few views, and so to God be the glory for that. You know what I'm saying? That is a blessing. Yeah, that is a blessing that again, the messages are resonating with people. I know even the interviews that I've done this week on other people's platforms, the hosts, they spoke highly of GSL. They spoke life into me. They spoke blessings and growth and all these amazing things on GSL. I know the lady yesterday mentioned expansion, and everything like that. So again, to God be the glory that people, that this is resonating with people. This my topic or my niche or whatever the case is, And again, I do feel like God is perhaps working on it to be more than what it is. So it's gotta be the glory for that. But yeah, I guess something kind of crossed my mind, and that comparison game, y'all. I tell y'all all the time, the comparison game, that we shouldn't play it. My apologies, those that are watching me live. I think my nose is running, so I know this probably whatever. Anyway, so back to this. So yeah, the comparison game. So I'm seeing the numbers on these other platforms, right? But on GSL's platform, the numbers aren't. We have some videos that has some good amount of views, but the majority of our videos have like maybe a handful of views, and again, I believe I've shared multiple times how that used to trip me up in the past. So perhaps it's trying to come and trip me up now. Don't worry, I'm not discouraged. You know what I'm saying? I don't intend to quit or anything like that. But I guess the thought that crossed my mind this morning was like, why is that? Like, what is up? You know what I'm saying? Like, I could go on someone else's platform and get all these views, but then on my own platform, I only have a handful of views. And it's like, but I'm the same person saying the same message, saying even more on GSL, honestly. And I don't know. I think I just throughout life I felt that way. Like I felt like I've only gotten so far, right? Or I felt like I was hidden or whatever when it comes to like mainstream or whatever. Like I've always felt like limited, I guess, when it comes to not to say what I was able to do, but how I was received, if that makes any sense. So the interesting thing, I guess, for me to even be talking about this now and this topic and everything like that is that when I finally got my mind back settled to focus on what I was supposed to be doing, which is getting ready for the juice, the phrase "wait a while" came into my mind. Actually, it was the song "Wait a While," which it is in another direction. If you think about the song, if y'all don't know what okay, the only way I can explain it is to sing it a little bit, but just a reminder, I am a little bit under the weather, so we're gonna see what the Lord do. If there ain't been no rain in your life, wait a while. That song came in my mind. Now, obviously, that's talking about something else. That's actually talking about something else. However, the phrase "wait a while" is what stood out to me this morning, and so I sorry, I ain't got no tissue in front of me, so I'm just doing the natural human thing. So my apologies. This might be nasty, but if y'all ain't never wiped your nose with your hand, I don't know what to say. Anyway, so anyway, sorry podcast people, because y'all can't see this at all. But anywho, so the phrase "wait a while." So I started to look up verses centered around that, and obviously they resonated like from the very first one or whatever the case was or is. And again, this idea isn't foreign to me. For God to be telling me to wait, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I shared that in my book, The Cultivation Period, A Single Christian's Journey. It's right here. It's right here, y'all. It's right here in case you curious. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, I shared it in my book. Actually, let's look at it. Let's look at it. So there's this place at the end of the book where I pretty much share some like a list of advice and confirmations. So it was like advice that I had received throughout that time, and then different confirmations I had received throughout the time as well. And so the funny thing of what I did in that section was to, like, every other advice, I would say some advice, and then I would say the word wait. And then I would give another piece of advice, and I would say wait. Then I would give some more advice and wait. You know what I mean? And it just would go on and on like that, right? And then after, ultimately I address the reasons why I said wait. And if I read a little bit to y'all, what I said after that was this. I'm sure you've noticed the constant repetition of the word wait. Perhaps it was a little excessive, but it's necessary. I've been working on my patience, and it's hard to do, but it will be worth it in the end. So, yeah, that's page 77 and 78. Well, not the entire page, but that's part of page 77 and 78 in my book, The Cultivation Period, A Single Christian's Journey. And that's true. It was true then, and it's true now. You know what I'm saying? To wait on the Lord. Honestly, just like in the cultivation period, just like my book, the Bible repeats this idea of waiting multiple times as well. So, with that on our hearts and minds this morning, that is the inspiration behind the juice. And so let's get into it. What does the Bible have to say about waiting? So, Isaiah 40 and 31 says, "But they who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." Very, very popular verse. I mean, there's a whole song. They shall wait on the Lord and renew their strength. Y'all don't know if y'all know this song, but anyway, there's songs made about this and everything. So I mean, it's not a well, new verse, I guess, or people should be familiar with that verse, I believe. But it's very beautiful to reflect on that, right? I don't think, like, when we're waiting, right, and when we're going through it, sometimes we don't see the beauty in the wait, right? But this verse, if I just reflect on it for a moment, it's pointing out a lot of beautiful things that you receive by waiting, right? It says that, it will renew our strength. We shall mount up on wings like eagles. We shall run and not be weary. We shall walk and not faint. All those different things. It's truly, truly beautiful when you sit there and reflect about it or reflect on it. So that's what I received this morning as I read and wrote, and I guess now read it out loud to you all. But yeah, hopefully that encourages you and inspires you today to wait, Psalm 27 and 14 says, wait for the Lord. Be strong and let your heart be. I'm going to read this correctly. My apologies, y'all. Here we go. I'm just so distracted because my nose is running. Oh my God. Okay, here we go, y'all. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Psalm 27 and Psalm 27 and 14. Wait for the Lord. Be strong and let your heart take courage. For the Lord. Excuse me. And I still messed it up. What's going on with me this morning, y'all? Psalm 27 and 14. Wait for the Lord. Be strong and let your heart take courage. Wait for the Lord. There you go. There you go, y'all. Those multiple tips and jumbles to say again, wait on the Lord, Again, he knows the end at the beginning. He created all things. And so just wait. let it play out, whatever it is. Uh, and I understand that can be hard to do, um, and everything like that. I mean, I'm telling y'all in the midst of my little situation here. Now, again, I don't feel like I'm struggling the way I used to with this idea of waiting. Um, I guess for me now, I'm more intrigued to see like what God's going to do. I'm excited about the things that I'm waiting on. Um, and because I've seen God do so many miraculous things in my life, uh, by being obedient and waiting in my past, um, now I'm just kind of going with the flow, to be honest. I'm kind of going with the flow personally. But, if you're not in that place, right? If you're in a place of anxiousness, or you are waiting on God, but you are feeling, I guess, anxious about it, for lack of a better way to say it, at 5 something in the morning, then I hope that this encourages you and inspires you to understand that at the end of the day, um, it's important to, again, remember that God has everything in control, right? He created all things. And so, because of that, if you love Him, according to His word, all things will work together for the good, for your good, And so, uh, that's the thing. Focus on that. Focus on loving God, loving others, and wait. Um, I'm a living witness that God will provide. God will make a way out of no way. God will give you the desires of your heart. Uh, if you wait on Him, if you trust Him, if you do His will. So let me keep going, y'all. Oh, goodness gracious. Colossians 1:11 says, "May you be strengthened with all power according to His glorious might, for all advanced and patience with love." Excuse me. So I read that wrong. My apologies, because I'm so distracted right now. Let me say that again, y'all. Colossians 1:11. May you be strengthened with all your power. With Colossians 1:11. May you be strengthened with all power according to His glorious might, for all endurance and patience with joy. Yeah, I basically just got one word wrong there when I read it a minute ago. However, I think it's important to read it correctly. But yeah, endurance and patience with joy, y'all. A lot comes with the waiting. Again, the strength that comes from it, the power that comes from it, the self-control that comes from it. All those different things are beautiful and wonderful in its own way. Um, and again, the more you wait on God, the more you trust God, the more you do this, then, the easier to be. The easier to be. So, yeah, let me keep going, y'all. Philippians 3:20, it says, "But our citizenship is in heaven, and from it we await the Savior, the Lord Jesus Christ." That verse stood out to me this morning. I guess it puts into perspective, like, whose we are, right? Um, that this is not our home and all that, so uh, yeah, I mean, there's plenty of verses to go deeper with in the Go Deeper section today. I hope that you do. I hope that you peruse it and let it marinate on your heart, souls, and minds this morning. I hope that you are encouraged and inspired by this message of waiting, because that is the juice. The Bible verse of today is Psalm 68:5. It says, "A father of the fatherless and a judge of the widows is God in His holy habitation." Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye.
Hello, charmers. Visit ttcboutique.com for the latest in fashion and accessories. Twice the Charm, the source of women clothing.